So what are we combining here for the smudging ceremony?
The 4 medicines. This is the tobacco, sage, white sage, cedar, and sweetgrass. This is my offering to open up my meeting.
So how long have you been doing something like this, the smudging?
3 years now.
3 years.
I've always had it. I
You've-
just
yeah.
got into it
You just got into it, yeah.
the last 3 years. As soon as my mother passed,
Uh-huh.
I went back to my Indian roots
Yeah.
because she was the one that took me to residential school.
Yep. Nice.
Were you from Wayne? Oh, I was just there today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my sister rented a cottage off of somebody to the right of the treatment plant, to the north on Elmwood Road.
Oh yeah, no area.
It was beautiful.
Next place.
Yeah. The construction kind of to get back to Stratford to put the detour.
Easiest way is to come around by Seaford.
Yeah, nothing.
Smudging is a cleansing. It depends if I'm doing like a person, a place, your home. I can do all, but to do a person, it's just an offering to get rid of bad thoughts, memories, sickness, whatever. We have the medicines that we can do this. Oh, I do. I know how to do it. My great-grandmother and grandmother taught me. That's where I got my teachings from. And Rick has also showed me. He's my elder, Rick Rogers. So hopefully he's going to get down here so we can get the sweat lodge and everything going also. So. For as long as I can remember, I've heard of all the Anishinaabe people and Haudenosaunee people smudging with sacred herbs such as tobacco, sweetgrass, sage, and cedar. I always wondered the meaning behind it, though I had my own ideas. One day I went to my grandma, seeking answers to my questions, trying to gain insight and knowledge so that one day I could pass this on to my children and my grandchildren and their children. Grandma began by saying that some people follow the traditional way, some follow Christian way, and that one way respects the aspects of both ways. Both know one God. Grandma also said that there's a lot of stories and legends that have been brought down from generation to generation. She said that there's a lot of reasons why we should smudge, and that's a good thing to smudge, either with one sacred herb, all the sacred herbs. She said in the first place, tobacco, asema, was a gift of the four Manado, spirits of the four directions. It was the father of Nanabush who gave the tobacco, asema, and shared the custom of smoking with his son after their epic battle in war as a symbol of peace. Nanabush, in turn, passed on the custom to Anishinaabe as a ceremony. Therefore, the Anishinaabe smoked the pipe of peace before great councils, after war, before other ceremonies. The Anishinaabe adopted the custom and made it part of their daily lives to compose their minds and spirits. It is said that it will chase away feelings that are bad, negative, bring on thoughts that are good, positive. Second place, tobacco was nature of an incense, sweet to the taste, fragrant to smell. No other plant is endowed with such qualities. Then cedar was offered to the fire to smudge the lodge and the people. It's also used waft the smoke towards any sicknesses. There's no absolutes with sage and sweetgrass. In the above medicine wheel, we convey as the wheel of life. There's four directions. When we are born, life begins in the east. Teenager years are in the south. The midlife's in the west. And then our age, when we reach the north, we're grandmas and grandpas and nearly ready to go to the spirit world, as we've done for many deeds on Mother Earth. The journey does not end in the north, because we go to the spirit world and then the cycle continues. We gain knowledge with our tobacco, asema, and grow spiritually. Our hearts feel and our spiritual eyes have to see what our Creator wants us to learn. We feel the knowledge in our soul. We know it comes from Creator. When we pray, we get answers. Then we're nurtured and we grow spiritually. Smudging helps us center ourselves with the four sacred herbs mentioned: tobacco, sweetgrass, sage, cedar. We begin by using our shell or bowl with a fan or a feather. We then smudge our room, our person. We slowly walk clockwise around the perimeter, fanning smudge pot, keeping it lit and wafting smoke about. Smudge the medicine you will be using, such as a pipe, jewelry, outfit, etc. It's a good practice. Smudge each person in our circle, ceremony, group, or lodge, starting east to west and holding our smudge pot or my shell. Each person can bathe themselves in the smoke. Many people smudge the heart area, next the head, then the arms, then downward towards the legs. This isn't the only way you can smudge. It isn't wrong or right to smudge another way. We can purify and cleanse fairly, regularly in this day and age. So much sickness is out there and all bad feelings around. Smudging is our tradition, common to many Haudenosaunee and First Nations and Métis. which involves burning one or more of all our medicines gathered from earth. The 4 sacred medicines used in First Nation ceremonies: tobacco, sage, cedar, sweetgrass. Most common medicine used in the smudge is the sweetgrass, sage, and cedar. Smudging has been passed down generation to generation, many ways of variations. How smudging is done? Historically, Métis and Inuit people, they never smudged. However, today, the Métis and Inuit people incorporate smudging into their lives daily. Smudging allows people to stop, slow down, become mindful and centered. This allows people to remember, connect, be grounded in our events, tasks, purposes in hand. Smudging also allows people to let go of all their negativities, letting go of things that inhibit a person from being balanced and focused. Comes from the feeling of being calm and safe while smudging. Forms of smudging will vary from nation to nation, but are considered by all to be a way of cleansing oneself. Smudging is part of way of things are done and is a part of living a good life. Smudging is always voluntary. People should never be forced or pressured to smudge. It's completely acceptable for a person to indicate that they do not want to smudge, and that a person may choose to stay in a room and refrain or leave the room during a smudge. Respect all the guiding principles in any Aboriginal traditions. The following steps are steps and rational for the cleaning process. The smudge. We smudge to clean the air around us. We smudge to clean our minds so that we will have good thoughts of others. We smudge our eyes so that we will only see the good in others. We smudge our ears so that we will only listen to the positive things about others. We smudge our mouths so that we will only speak well of others. We smudge our whole being so we will portray only the good part of ourselves through our actions. In First Nations, Métis, Inuit cultures, elders, traditional teachers, play a prominent, vital, respected role. Elders and traditional teachers are held high regard as they are the knowledge keepers. They are leaders, teachers, role models, and mentors in their respective communities, who sometimes provide the same functions as advisors and professors. How do we smudge? The act is clearing the air, mind, spirit, and emotions may be accomplished in a variety of ways, but according to Haudenosaunee First Nations practice, smudge is led by a person who understands what it is and why it's done. That person has to be an elder or a traditional teacher, staff keeper, staff carrier, pipe carrier, fire keeper. It's also steps for when I get my sweat lodge going. These are steps of advancements. There's always, ceremonies for each step that we graduate. A lot of people can graduate 2 to 4 times. For our main feast or our main sweat, it's usually a 4 to 5 day fast for a 4-day sweat. And that's when you get your name. If you want to be a fire keeper or anything like that. Now I lost where I was. I said elder and traditional teacher, right?
Yes.
The medicine's placed in a smudge container. The container may be a shell or a ceramic or stone bowl, but I don't believe in that, or copper, brass, cast iron pan. The medicine is lit only with matches. Do not use lighters. We never had a lighter. Once the medicine is lit, the smoke may be pushed forward with your feather or fan. The person who lights the smudge is first. Commonly used medicine in schools is the sage, a smudge ball. It is created mainly from the leaf of the plant, which is rolled into a ball for burning. It is important to understand that this medicine can create a significant billow of smoke, which emerges from the smudge ball. It is necessary to create enough smoke to fill the entire space where a group is smudging. Only a small stream of smoke for the person who is smudging is required. Therefore, it is important for the helpers who create the smudge ball to keep it relatively small. Again, that would be for our ceremony and a sweat, powwow, whatever. When we smudge, we first cleanse our hands with the smoke as if we were washing our hands. Then we draw the smoke over our heads, eyes, ears, mouths, and bodies. These actions remind us to think good thoughts, see good actions, hear good sounds, speak good words, and show the good who we are. Miigwech. Bring it over your head, to your eyes, your nose, your mouth. Wash your hands 3 times to your heart.
He's gonna freak out without salmon.
Thank you for smudging.
times to your heart. Which?
No, 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 no.